This is the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream tonight. Again, we are here for TNA Impact. There's a live episode of TNA Impact tonight. We got championship opportunities on the line. Who could win the Battle Royal? The X Division title is on the line in a 2 out of 3 falls match. And we got a street fight. There's a lot going down on this card, a lot riding on this card. So let's get into it. Like I said, this is the Wrestling for Life Network. We are here for another live stream tonight. It is TNA Impact, a live episode of TNA Impact. It's been a minute since they did a live episode. I think I was actually at the live episode, but I am not doing this stream alone. If you don't know who I am Anthony by Elegance, and that is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its tag stream champions of the world, the man who puts the T in TNA, Ringsider Anthony. I am Big Nick, and no, you were at the Atlanta ones, and then Bradley was at the Syracuse ones, and then now we've got these ones. That's the newest live taping. So, see, we're remembering the chronological order out here. But no, I told you before we went live, this feels like this is almost like a pay-per-view kind of level card. And we got the 2 out of 3 falls match, which I thought was a pay-per-view match. We've got the Battle Royal, which we already initially, I know you and I both thought that was the main event, and that's probably going to open the show. And then we've got the street fight too as well, on top of the tag team match between Rosemary and Ali versus Victoria Crawford and, oh Christ, I was doing so good on her name. The other partner with Tessa Blanchard, we'll leave it at that. But pretty solid show. And we're going to hear from Santana. We're going to hear from Ye Ling Lee, your new homie out there.
Yeah, our new TNA Knockouts champion. If you missed last week, Lei Ying Lee defeated Ariana Grace, became the Knockouts champion. We may get a Steve Macklin signing tonight, as this is when he returns to TNA. I mean, yeah, there's a lot going down tonight. I feel like this live episode of TNA is replacing what we usually get around this time is Under Siege. So I think that's why it's pretty stacked with the 2 out of 3 falls match. I think yeah, like it's like, does that main event, does the Battle Royal main event? I mean, there's so much you can play with tonight. Do we get surprises? I'm not banking on surprises, but it's a live episode, so do we get surprises? Like there's tons to kind of, you know, fantasy book around.
I think we will get some surprises in the Battle Royal, because again, that felt like initially what was the main thing on the show. The 2 out of 3 falls to me main events, because like we talked about before when live and last week, of if Leon Slater retains, then he becomes not only the youngest X Division champion, he also becomes the longest reigning X Division champion. And maybe could you get a surprise then of, you know, I am, you know, you get one AJ Cuthbert Styles that very much is synonymous with the X Division. Kind of put the kid over again.
We could get someone like AJ Styles. Briefly, when I had time to scroll through Twitter earlier today, I saw someone mention maybe Austin Aries shows up, but I know he has a lot of, first of all, please no. And then I know he has a lot of beef. It's back and forth beef with TNA and himself. So I'm not like, we don't need that. Not on this live episode. We did Dixie the first live episode. I don't think we need to do anything of that realm again.
Well, and did you see real quick before we say hi to the chat and everything, Dixie turning down multiple invites to be involved in the Dark Side of the Ring Jeff Jarrett episodes?
Yeah, which I'm excited to see those 3 episodes that they do of Dark Side of the Ring. But I did see that she turned it down. I don't know why. Maybe because a good portion of the TNA fan base does not like her. Would have loved to hear her side of everything. And we may not get that chance, and I'm kind of upset about it. But yeah, that was kind of shocking to hear.
Do you think she kind of knew they were going to probably play her to look like an idiot kind of a bit? Or
yeah,
you would have not been happy with the edit that would have came out?
Yeah, they would probably paint her as the idiot and also as like the number one enemy and target. We obviously don't know what Jeff Jarrett has to say. Does Jeff Jarrett have like animosity towards, Dixie Carter? So yeah, I think that's a big fear. And then if you think about it, depending on the time frame, and then we can say hi to the people, depending on the time frame of when this was filmed and when she actually appeared live on TNA at the live episode on AMC in January, did that sway her decision not to be a part of it?
One of those like Hogan shows up to pitch Real American Beer, realizes, are they booing me? Yeah, I'm not coming back anymore. I don't want to do with that again.
Exactly.
But speaking of the people who are always coming back again, top three from last night, Spaz, Denisha, and Damien. Those again, folks. Those are you 2 points. The more you chat, the more you super sticker, the more you super chat. All of that, the more points you get. Even if we miss your comments, Boston, looking at you. We still get all the points. They tally them up at the end of the night. They do the job for us. But speaking of the peoples, Damien out here right off the bat saying, looking forward to Leon Slater versus Cedric. I thought this was a pay-per-view match when they announced it initially.
Yeah, and it's going down tonight. And if you think about last week, if you consider last week like a go home show type deal for this, Leon Slater's team, they won. I think Moose and Leon Slater won. So does that mean that
who goes over goes under?
Yeah, does Cedric Alexander win the title tonight?
No, I think you give it to the kid. I think you give it to the kid of Leon, of maybe that helps entice him to stay when negotiation time pops up of, hey, we made you the focal point of our brand to a bit. So I say give it to the kid. Cedric doesn't need it now. You can still beat him right after.
Yeah, you can beat him at Slammiversary, and that's what I've been gunning for the entire time. He won it at Slammiversary. Let him lose it at Slammiversary.
That's where I must have thought that they were going to do the match then. But Damien again, Zach, National Buttermilk Biscuit Day. Hey, what do you say? I don't know
Buttermilk biscuits.
Pillsbury Doughboy, teehee. But Eric, what up? Saying happy birthday to Matt Cardona and get well to Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, and happy birthday to Kate Blanchett and George Lucas. We got all the morning announcements. We've got what national day it is. We've got birthdays, and I think Mr. Sorman might be in there with, on this day in music. So we're getting, the today's attendance out here.
We got all the announcements.
Right. You can't get this out of Dave Meltzer. We got actual news. We got this moment in history. Clay, what up? TJ, what's good? Ronan, happy 82nd birthday to George Lucas. Ooh, I didn't realize he was that old.
I thought he was actually like he kicked the bucket.
No, that's Ted Turner. Ted Turner's the one that we all thought.
I thought that too when that news came out.
I think we all did. But can I see you? Roll Tide, what up? Happy birthday. Happy 18th birthday. Oh boy. Sean Reed, what up? MDB, please tell me you saw that the Las Vegas Raiders schedule release video with Cousins and Mendoza's and Step Brothers movie. Fair enough. Well, I know today's outside of, we got the Sabres game going on, we might peek at, but also all the NFL team schedules came out, all the news popping off.
Are the Sabres currently winning?
I will, if you want to click on, or here, see, perfect. You can read MDB's comment from Twitch as I will refresh to see if the Sabres are winning, as they're currently losing 5-3 at the end of the second. God damn it.
Dang. Well,
we won't talk about the Sabres for right now.
Terrible. With like 4 Joe Hendry heads by MDB.
Right. But we do also have a Twitch, folks. I know we got the YouTubes popping off just past 10K, but let's see if we can get dual partnership out there, if that's a word. I can get partner out there on Twitch too. But Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, happy Thursday. It's up. MDB also popping in on the YouTube. Do you see anybody I might have missed? I see Boston, your buddy. Street Fight Battle Royal, 2 out of 3 false match. If the letters for the logo switch to another company's, it would be on by most people here. No.
I mean, I guess I don't know. Are we referring to AEW? Maybe. I don't know.
No, because it doesn't. I guess, are you trying to make the case that there's too many stipulations on one show? I'm okay with that. If they're treating like their live episodes, like you said, this is kind of replaced in Under Siege.
Yeah.
I'm fine with them amplifying their live episodes. And I do think that these have built a bit more. AEW, because as I'm assuming that's what we're talking about here, is more we throw a stipulation on match just because, not built into it. Like Cedric and Leon, you understand why it's a 2 out of 3 falls. You understand why there's a battle royal now to see who takes on Santana.
No, that's correct. I mean, we've seen Cedric and Leon face off a few times solo, a few times maybe in a triple threat, fatal 4-way. And it feels like I don't know if tonight is the end between these two. It may very well be, but if it's not, I mean, you can build more upon this going toward Slammiversary. For the Battle Royal, we just don't know. We don't have a top contender right now. So we got to kind of throw everybody in the mix to figure out who's going to be the next challenger for Mike Santana, which it should be Steve Macklin because we didn't get that match. But we'll see that. We'll find that out tonight. And then the street fight, you know, AJ Francis and Casey Navarro got a lot of history and a lot of animosity. And I'm sure this is ending tonight. You can't do anything past this street fight. So yeah, I'm excited.
Fair enough, absolutely. But what's the score? What up? James, what up? Roll Tide pointed this out, and I actually just checked it. And see, we're not perfect all the time out here, folks. We didn't time travel and go back to the year 2024, but we are in the year of our Lord 2026, because no, the title on the stream says for the date for 2024.
It does, and that confused me when I was trying to join earlier. I was like, wait a minute. I guess
I didn't even notice until just now. So see, you know, we're live too, folks, all the time. So again, production issues may happen, but you know, that's still a clerical error. That's a clerical. That's like CM Punk, you know, getting pulled off all the European tour. That's like Roman Reigns. He's out of June, but he's back on June.
Right.
Clerical errors, folks.
We're allowed to be, you know, not perfect sometimes.
Right. Guardian Nick, did you see that Danhausen is officially in the Batman 2? No, I did not. If that legit, that's crazy. Then you can stop with all this. Is he just silly talk? Because the man's in a fucking movie. I haven't confirmed this, but if that's true, he's in a movie.
That's crazy if he's in the movie. I'm not the biggest like Danhausen fan, but I mean, if he's in the movie, WWE apparently is doing something right with him, if that's the case.
Oh, we might have to talk about that in a minute. But Lindsay, what up? I'm trying to see if there's any Z-Man, what up? Guardian is saying Carter subject to change. Yeah. Carter subject to change always, 100%. You got to keep, you know, the Carney vibes a little bit. As we should be getting TNA kicking off at any minute. Boston saying, I don't mind the stipulations. I think this will be great. But I always see people on AW for having multi-step shows. Touche, because again, when you do it week in and week out, I don't think TNA does it week in and week out.
No, I don't think they do either. I mean, this taping, they do have some upcoming things that are more stip related. Like we got that Garden something match. The
Wicked Garden.
Yes, the Wicked Garden match that's coming up within the next couple of weeks. I think we do have a championship. That's when like all the championships are in the ring and it's like a huge tag team match. We got that coming up. I forgot what they call it.
But it's called Clash of Champions.
Yeah, basically that's what it is. So we do have some heavy stipulations coming up, you know, in the next couple of weeks.
Well, I think the Wicked Garden match is going to be very more cinematic. Yeah.
Yes, I'm excited for that as we have the start of TNA.
Absolutely, folks. We are syncing up. And see, they're showing AJ in the package putting over Leon right now, as me and Anthony sync up. But could we see an AJ Styles put Leon over at the end of tonight? AJ's out there just living all the side quests now. He's very much a video gamer. He's completed the game. Now he's just doing all the side quests. Like I just saw today on social media, he's out there hanging out and was in the ring with our buddy, friend of the channel, Big Trouble Ben Bishop. So that's a crazy timeline to see. Like AJ's out here just being Uncle Allen.
He's out here living his best life after retirement. That's what he's doing. But yeah, we could see someone like an AJ Styles tonight. Do we get maybe him coming out and then announcing him as one of the inductions into the TNA Hall of Fame this year? That could be something.
I think now that he's retired, probably.
Yeah. And I know he said he didn't want to be in any Hall of Fame until he's retired. He's in the WWE Hall of Fame now. So, yeah, I feel like this would be a perfect time to add him to the TNA Hall.
That actually might be a perfect moment of that's you do that as Leon takes it from because AJ's probably got to have longest reign. So when Leon takes it from him, then boom, AJ's going into the Hall of Fame. So he doesn't need an AJ Continental Classic or anything like that for the X Division.
Maybe we can talk about that later on in the night because I have a lot of words to say. I don't know if they'll make sense, but I have a lot of words to say. Put a pin in that.
Yeah, so I'm getting the intro for TNA. They showed Macklin, so maybe we could see Macklin tonight.
Maybe we could. Hopefully we do get to see Macklin tonight because it's been a minute.
Right. So I have the overhead shot of Sacramento, California right now, so we're synced up. Okay.
And we're kicking off with the Battle Royal.
Let me find you, Schwad. There we are. Yeah, so we've got Hometown Man, Kazarian. We got all the Juggalos. Who's coming out now in this battle? We already had a bunch of people, in the ring.
Yeah, we got the system coming out.
Bear Bronson in this? No, Eddie.
Yeah, it looks like Eddie's in this. Maybe Alicia too.
Don't you fucking put that evil on me.
Alicia Edwards being in this battle royal would love it.
I'm gonna fucking walk away from that because I don't need to be this angry this early. But as I've got Eddie's entrance coming out, Spaz with a $10 super chat. It's Tony night. T for Tony, N-A. Somewhere you got an A in there. Trippy, slick, slippery, large, Nico into hizzy, faux shizzy. I got to make sure I enunciate all of this properly, my guy. This week's The State of Wrestling is up and available now. Much love and dip depths to the Chizette. Word to your mother.
That's a lot of words.
It's very John Cena-esque. He must have heard us talking about John Cena's announcement and said, I got to spit a freestyle like John Cena.
Right? So we got the system out. We got Elijah coming out. Right. All for this battle royal. Fingers crossed for Steve Macklin.
Boss said, well, I don't think we need to be timing people out, but you do you, boo-boo. But Evan, what up?
He was asking if I saw his comment, but I don't see it. So
I think that's what Boss was talking about.
Maybe I'm half blind.
Nick Anthony, thoughts on Mick Foley signing with AEW, maybe as commissioner? Maybe talk about that on a commercial break because Mustafa Saeed.
I'm not familiar with him. Anybody in the chat familiar with him?
Mustafa. This is Mustafa from the tag team with New Jack. Mustafa, the gangsters. Oh. I was like, Mustafa Ali is the Saeed. Is this his cousin? But no, this is Mustafa. This is out here. All the crazy stories with New Jack and the gangsters. This is OG, triple OG. You talked about surprises. This is unique.
This is a surprise.
Sacramento.
This is a surprise. I only know a little bit about New Jack from Dark Side of the Ring. So, like, I know he's out there. I don't think he's alive anymore, right? New Jack? I think
no, New away. Jack, T's and P's, New Jack. Shout out. Shout out to OJ Simpson doing the Lord's work. Going back to old school New Jack promos. New Jack's crazy. No, I'm just once they said it, and I'm like, holy shit, you're goddamn. You think of all those stories.
We talked about surprises.
Right. Excuse me, but yeah, so Bear Bronson, so the whole system's in this too.
The whole system, yeah. No Steve Macklin. Kind of shocked about that, but
we've got the Righteous. So is Mustafa about to win this and take on Mike Santana, OG, triple OG?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, the only one I can like rightfully feel like could win this is Elijah.
Do not just run it back with Eddie again.
Could run it back with Eddie Edwards.
I don't want it. I wanted a Macklin.
Definitely. Oh, Saeed is gone, so he's definitely not winning.
Must try out. God damn it. So then now we all get underway. But hey, shout out one of the OGs, one of the true legends of wrestling, especially hardcore wrestling and very much West Coast wrestling. But
right.
Mustafa out there from the Gangsters, New Jack's tag partners out here still wrestling in TNA in the year of our Lord 2026.
Crazy. I'm thinking, well, it seems like they're about to eliminate him. I was about to say the guy that looks like Big Bill, Agent Zero, could win this.
Now we can have him show up too because his contract's about to end up with AEW too.
Yes, Big Bill, his contract is about to end with AEW.
So we just have them two as a tag team. But Spaz with a $2 super chat. Tony, returning MCMG or debuting New Day, pick one.
Returning MCMG. I have a feeling New Day goes to AEW.
I would assume so. I think they have the most connections there. Would make the most sense. It's going to be the biggest draw. That might be a turn the tide thing. MCMG, they're on the back nine. Go where you know it's comfortable. Go where the water's warm.
Exactly. Looking at the comments here. Oops, sorry.
No, you're good. I was just saying John Cena and ECW. Sorry.
Roll Tide said Mr. Elegance in this match, and he is gone. And now Brian Myers is gone, I think. Agent Zero's out.
We're already down to just Bear Bronson, Eddie Edwards, EY, Hometown Man, Kazarian, and Elijah.
It's definitely
Mustafa Ali did the Ali's, or no, one of the hands.
Oh, yeah. Jason Hodge.
He just
out
did
here saving himself.
Point ahead, look smart. Now you eat an E, now you're out.
Now he's gone. That was kind of a nasty knee by Elijah.
But nice little bit of, hey, we got the Kofi spot. Now we're never going to get another WWE legit true Kofi spot.
Exactly.
Guardian saying Hometown Man over OTM.
Gotta remind me who's OTM.
Shit, I didn't even make you think that to do that. I was halfway thinking ODT.
Isn't that someone in NXT though? See, this is how out of touch I am.
OTM. No, now you're making me with the vitamins make the fucking pages stick together. Guardian, I guess your comment just baffled both of us.
Because I have no clue who OTM is.
Oh, out the mud. Oh,
okay.
No. Why did it take me a minute? Well, I hate that it took me a minute because I've been putting them over. I feel bad now. Kaz
so Elijah eliminates Kaz and the system. So I think it's only down to 2.
It is down to EY and Elijah.
Now, Eric Young versus Mike Santana would be pretty cool to see. But I'm kind of hoping it's Elijah, which it looks like it might be Elijah.
Both men outside on the apron.
Ooh. After and maybe we can get into this in a commercial break, but after the chop I heard last night while watching a match, an old match of Gunther's, no chop will ever sound like the one I heard last night. And we can get into that in a commercial break because we
Fair
have to
enough.
talk. I feel like I want to talk about that match a little bit.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
low. Oh,
And
it's
Elijah's out.
Eric Young. So Eric Young versus Mike Santana. I think they can somewhat build around this. I don't know if you
But do
saved
you
this until
believe that EYs
Slammiversary
could
though.
beat Santana?
Say that again.
Do you believe that EY could beat Santana?
I don't think he can.
Exactly. That's the problem.
I don't think he can. That's why I don't feel like you do this around Slammiversary, but I feel like that's where we head to this is Slammiversary. That's the next big event coming up.
I'm surprised no Macklin. I
I am.
wonder what's going on with boy.
Yeah, I'm definitely surprised of not having Macklin. Unless Macklin comes back around Slammiversary, I'm kind of shocked that we didn't have him tonight.
Right. Solution. I'm in Cancun. Why? Alan, what do you think about main roster trade between Raw, SmackDown, or NXT? Well, that's a fucking loaded question. That's a whole stream doing trades. We already did the whole draft. We did our own draft of brands. Go watch that.
Exactly. And we did that across all companies.
Right.
So we got Gia Miller with Leon Slater, and he's talking about how he became the youngest reigning S Division champion in history.
It's not unheard of. Yeah, but that doesn't make it good. Anthony is goaded for Mustafa Ali. No, Nick, that's Mustafa ECW. Now I think you have who said who to what reversed on that a little bit.
Yeah, that was Nick that said Mustafa Ali. I said Saeed, and I'm like, I don't know who that is.
No, I pointed it out. Yeah, no, we're good. Because I got Leon backstage. But no, that's still, like I said, that was a cool moment and the
Hardys.
Oh, we're getting very much the broken Matt Hardy promos, and I don't know how I feel about them. Tonight, you're going to have most stupendous match. Yeah.
I know you don't like Willow. How do you feel about broken Matt Hardy?
I tolerate broken Matt Hardy, and at times it's worked fairly well. I can't stand Willow. I've never liked that. Like, I still don't even like entertaining this idea that Jeff makes music. Jeff bangs some shit together and screams into a microphone and shit.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't make music.
I've heard his music. I don't think it's good at all. But we are on a commercial break, so I do want to briefly talk about the match that I saw last night after I cut off Dynamite because it was just not good. But I've been watching like the 50, like it's fan made, it's not like official. It's like the 50 greatest Walter Gunther matches, and it ends at the SummerSlam when he faced CM Punk. But I watched the match between Gunther and Will Ospreay on the Indies. And Gunther gave Will Ospreay possibly the loudest chop I have ever heard. It actually scared me. It was so loud. The match was great. Will Ospreay, and this is young Will Ospreay. This is 2017, 2018 Will Ospreay. And, Gunther is this big, he's not the slim down dude he is now. He's this big, gigantic monster. And so it's like David versus Goliath. And I mean, they put on a match, but that chop literally scared me. Like, I jumped. That's how hard it was.
Fair enough. No, I was out there like fingers crossed of like, please say Gunther versus Ilya versus Bad Bones from Dub X Dub, because that's my
one
favorite
of the matches
Gunther match on there of all time.
That's one of the matches on there. So I'll definitely watch that, soon. But yeah, that was just the loudest chop I've ever heard. And I legit jumped out of my skin.
Well, that's the thing is, and that's going to be that's the crazy thing to think about that I still think is going to be everybody's still in a panic of like, oh, no one's going to come up. There's no this, there's no that, there's no second generation, what have you. But remember, like at one point, Will Ospreay, Gunther, all of these, Ilya, all of these top talents that are the biggest stars in pro wrestling were independents, popping up here, there, and everywhere. So we're about to see the next generation come up through that. Like we don't even. It's crazy to think that Will Ospreay versus Gunther just happened in like a random Tuesday.
Right. I've been watching like a lot of indie stuff, like guys that are like now in WWE or in AEW or whatever the case may be. And like some of the stuff that I've seen, I'm like, I just like these guys literally are the future. Like I'm seeing Walter now Gunther for the first time, like find himself. I'm seeing people like Will Ospreay, who lit the Indies and New Japan up, and now where he is in AEW, where I don't feel like it's as good because he's still faking a neck injury. I don't even want to talk about that, but
well, no, it's still just pulling back the curtain for half a second as I do see more people chatting and everything, but yeah. It did the heart good and everything when you were asking in the group chat about PWG and everything. Of it's always a good gospel to spread. There is more than just a WWE out there. There is more than just the big two, the big three. And that's what we've always kind of prided ourselves on. And we're pro wrestling fans. We're not a company fan. I'm not a Coke versus Pepsi guy. I like soda, I guess. I like pro wrestling. I don't care what three letters come before it.
And it's good to kind of venture out and get to see other things and see what other promotions do. Like one of the matches I just watched is from the Ring of Honor like top 100. It was CM Punk versus Samoa Joe. I think that might have been the first match between those two. They went an hour and a half, not an hour and a half, about an hour and 5 minutes with no conclusion. That match was intense, insane. First time I've ever seen the Pepsi plunge in person and not on a WWE game. Like that was just like some of this stuff is just so exciting to see.
This is why I get angry with what Ring of Honor is, because it's kind of a bastardization of what that was built on.
Right. It's just not where it is now.
But we're back to Mustafa Ali backstage as Evan Anthony. You see my comment? I think we just had your comment up the whole time we were talking, my guy. So I think we done seen it.
Right.
Unless you got something about it. If you want to make sure we click on your comment, we got the super chats, the super stickers out there. We got ways that you can skip the line. We got fast passes. We're like Disney out here.
So look, he's
open challenge. We got that's a wrestling bingo card. We need to start doing wrestling bingo cards because open challenges. Tell me a wrestling promotion right now that is not doing an open challenge.
I don't know.
It is the Stip of the Month. We're welcome to pro wrestling that is now the Stip of the Month club.
Oh,
Ray and Sosa gone. Oh, well, this is going to be EY with the cleanse.
Is this the cleanse?
The final end of it.
7 years in the making. It would be something if they gave the title to Eric Young. It really would be something.
Would it be going the most way back?
I mean, it's
the way back machine.
It's way back there.
Is your world champion. That feels
the
like
last time Eric Young was champion was 2020. World champion was 2020, I want to say. And I'm only saying that because like I had recently got there with my TNA, like watching the whole Access TV era. So I think it was 2020.
As we got Xia Li come on. I know it's Yay Ling Lee, and I still don't even feel like I'm saying that right. I always feel like the whitest person trying to order a fucking Chinese dish or something, saying it like that. but it's one of those. I'll just call her Xia Li. She's coming out. Who do you think's next to challenge her?
I mean, it got to be Xia Brookside. Like, I feel like that's the natural order.
Does that excite you though? Like that looks like a grown woman beating up a child.
I mean, I'm excited for it. I am. I think, like I said, I went back and rewatched like the little heartfelt promo that they had, and like on stream, I didn't like it. Going back and rewatching it, I was like, okay, this is something interesting and that I can get into. So I am kind of excited. But we also have some other knockouts that she can potentially feud with too. Like, I mean, Tessa Blanchard is one.
No.
Indy Hartwell, if you want to put her in there. But I think the logical course is to go Xia Brookside.
Yeah, it's the heel. Oh, there was one from MDB that I was trying to find. Oh, here it was. Bro, if I hear open challenge from these companies again, I swear to God. Every company's doing it. Again, it's the step of the month of every month or so. Like, it's a tournament. Every company's doing a tournament. Every company does a gauntlet match. Now it's everybody's doing an open challenge.
Everybody's doing the open challenge. Everybody's doing a tournament. The open challenge thing, I don't really get. I mean, like, it was cool when they brought it back for the United States Championship, but it just seems like now everybody is,
you have
doing it.
One company doing two of them. Actually, you have two companies doing two of them a bit because so
AEW had the TBS Championship Open Challenge. They had the TNT.
Well, they're doing three because now they added Kevin Knight and Darby. So there's three. And Justin.
Oh, yeah, Darby is doing the open challenges too. And then we got the Obafemi Open Challenge.
Now we're gonna say this, and Xia Li is gonna do an open challenge.
I hope not.
I would. Let's not curse this, and we'll move along. But MDB, I did also see you saying that you do better music than Jeff Hardy, and yes, you do. But I don't want to do. Yeah, but it's also not a hard hill to climb over. I kid. No, you do good music. Everybody, go check out MDB right now. We're gonna drop an official mixtape brought to you by MDB. He's gonna be the flash garments to Anthony's theme song. Elegance when I drive. Yeah, elegance when I drive.
Xia Brookside.
So have we just completed the evolution now cycle? You go Xia Brookside that turns into Mariah May, Blake Monroe that turns into Tiffany Stratton. That's the evolution cycle there, like Pokemon.
I mean, if you
want to put it that way, gimmick, I don't know. Look the fucking same. Yeah.
Oh, she cussing her out. I'm gonna just say she cussing her out.
He could be saying very nice things about her. You don't know.
Oh, she said, if you want to stand
learn
there,
how to talk to dumbass fans.
Exactly.
Right now. Bitch.
She put some emphasis on that last word.
Well, it's very the Okada kind of promo.
But I was slightly right. I said she was cussing her out. She did say
you were there. You got it. You got it. You didn't know Anthony's a secret Japanese translator. You didn't know Anthony's been a sleeper cell for China this whole time. What? I've already destroyed you mentally. She won the champion. What? This is the thing, is I don't get Xia Brookside's whole being with any of this, really. Like, I don't buy the heel turn. I don't buy what her character is or anything. I don't buy, like, why she should be taken as a credible threat.
I guess this is what the second kind of promo between these two. I mean, we have to see how it goes down the line.
You came out there and said you want to yada yada and yada yada for the belt. She's like, all right, let's do it. And then she walks off and I've already broken you mentally. She won the championship after you turned on her. So what are we talking about?
I think so there was like a promo package after the turn where it was Xia Li backstage with Tommy Dreamer, and it kind of gave the sense of them giving her this title match because she wanted to leave TNA. She felt like she had lost her best friend and she was like, I don't want to be here anymore. I want to leave TNA. And Tommy Dreamer, and I think it was Carlos in the package that basically said, we need you. We need you in TNA. We need you to kind of bring that title back home. And then they gave her that opportunity. So in a way, she said, I broke you emotionally and mentally. And she kind of did. She had drove her to the point where she didn't want to be in TNA anymore. So I get that. But I guess her next stop is she said she wanted to break her physically, and physically would be beating her and then taking the title.
Well, I got that part. I got the physical part. I'm glad you were there to remind me of everything mentally that we've been here watching that I still somehow missed or forgot and everything. But like, no, 100%, my guy. You were like the clippy, like the director's notes of, in case you missed what they meant here, here's what happened.
I honestly
perfect breakdown, minute by minute, of what did happen, who said what, and who said what to who.
I honestly have no idea how I can remember this stuff, for at least for TNA. Like when it comes to like, even when I was like heavily in WWE, I couldn't break down the story for nothing. It was like I would forget what I watched after the fact. But when it comes to TNA, I don't know how, but I can pick up a phone or sit on the stream and be like, so this is how we did this to get to this, and now we're here. I don't know how I can do it, but I do it.
I won't even deny, before this week's NXT stream, I had to rewatch NXT from last week to remember what the fuck happened for a bit. Just get the good cliff notes and everything, because there is just so much goddamn wrestling. And then there's the stories of what's the behind the office stories, what's the on-screen stories, what's this, what's that. But speaking of that, Spaz with a $5 super chat saying, Nick, in need to hear your thoughts on the indie guy that came for Lizzie Ray and sent you the screenshot for context. If you guys have a second, of course. I know what you're talking about, Spaz, and the guy fully was just fucking pulling everybody's leg, and it was hilarious to me to watch everybody just fucking cliff dive, lemmings following lemmings a little bit. Thought that it was this. So for those who don't know,
because I don't know,
there was some small time independent wrestler, I can't even remember his name fully, that pulled up a picture of him kind of looking similar-ish, some halfway gear, vaguely similar to Lizzie Rain, and like, oh, I was doing the metal gimmick, because again, it's like saying I was the football guy before football guys kind of shit. It's like such a generic term, but pulling the leg of I was doing Lizzie Rain's gimmick, did WWE stole it from me, and it's like straight up like this probably got developed on a Polaroid, like, you know, go to CVS, get your fucking film developed shit. Photos. So the guy's just pulling the piss out of everybody of having fun with it. And then everybody acted, oh, can you believe this guy was actually trying to? No, he wasn't. He was just seeing how IWC fans will very much just cannibalize and carnivorously go at shit just because it's salacious, it's rumors, it's this, it's dirt sheets, it's mudslinging.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, there's a biblical saying that says to be quick to hear and slow to speak. In the IWC, they see one thing and they go off the deep end. They don't do any type of research. They don't do any type of waiting around to see if it's a joke, to see if it's more information going to be given. And that's just with anything. It's just not with this situation with Lizzie Rain or whatever. It's with anything. They see one thing and they just run with it. And then Then a couple of days later, it comes out that it may have not been true or not true at all, or it's not what the IWC is thinking, and no one backtracks what they have to say. They just move on like it never happened.
What is Dave Meltzer? Survey says. Lock it in, Steve. Show me Dave Meltzer. But no, and it's again, that's why I felt so weird of like I'm having to explain a nothing burger, because if you didn't know about the nothing burger, here's the nothing burger with all of that, with the independent wrestler making a joke of WWE stole my gimmick. It's like how I've seen sources out there. Ray Fenix put out a tweet responding to Penta versus Ethan Page saying, I love my brother, but I love my shot. Ray Fenix, unhappy with his position in WWE. It's like, no, he was saying he wants to challenge his brother and run it back. And everybody, but I can spin this. I can spin the narrative, turn the wheel, and make it fucking clickbait.
Exactly. It's crazy. All right, so we got the system. And Cedric Alexander is talking about the X Division title. He's also saying that Moose is a non-factor because Moose, if we remember last week at the end of TNA, he was attacked. Who attacked Moose?
Well, could there, and I think it was Evan might have said it earlier in the chat that we had up and we hadn't fully talked about it with the cleansing and all of that. With EY, could you see a Karrion Kross? Could you see EY in a Whitey kind of vibe or anything of, we already know Nikki Storm's already out there taking bookings for July and everything. So could you start to see some of this? We're setting the tone for what's coming down the road.
I think so. I think we definitely are setting the tone for what's coming down the road. One of the names I saw float around with the Moose thing was oh man, I lost his name. It was right there.
To go off.
It was right there, and I lost his name. It's the guy who injured Big E.
Ridge Holland.
Yes. I've heard that name being thrown around as the guy that attacked Moose because Moose was the one that injured him, when he had his match against him. I don't know, but that's not one person I would like to see in TNA.
The Sanity is 6, and that's not a bad shout at all. And who is this guy? This is the Dean of Mean, Keith Jardine, former UFC fighter, former, I think, either light heavyweight or middleweight champion, potentially, or at least contender at one point. But yeah, somebody's cutting him off. I can hear.
Oh, that's the dude that runs the Elegance brand.
Oh, fucking Iceman. Oh,
yes,
see, but this is Ash by Elegance's spot is they're here to just get involved with the celebrity.
Exactly. That's what the Elegance brand does.
Is the Elegance brand like talented housing? Are they just, they're comic relief, but they actually have some talent?
I think so. Yeah, they're comic relief with some talent. I do believe they were better without Mr. Elegance. Like he's not needed, to be honest. Like why is he? He
there? Is the one to take the mail bumps. Pause.
I guess so, but it's just like he's not needed at all.
MDB out here hyping up Drake. This man loves Kanye, Drake, and us. I don't know if that's a good list to be on, but speaking of Iceman, Drake dropping at midnight. Shout out. Well, I'm halfway of like, is he going at it? No Iceman slander today. Drake dropping tonight. Fair enough. Well, I'm still waiting. Is he going to go back at Kendrick? I want to run it back.
Oh, security getting involved.
No one believes that fucking juiced up Jungle Boy is actually going to like do anything. I would believe more that Jack Perry would do something to Keith Jardine than fucking Mr. Elegance.
Right?
Kanye, Drake, and wrestling for life. The pattern of success and greatness. You dig? I'll let you have that. Oh.
Looks like we're getting a promo package for Lockdown.
What could be the theme that TNA finds for Lockdown, like how WWE has generals gathered in their masses?
For war
What would be
games?
a theme for what they have for War Games? What would be the Lethal Lockdown theme?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I feel like I feel like it should be rock heavy.
Well, yeah. I didn't mean to put you on the spot out here, but I think it's just an interesting question.
Yeah.
As we're going to the street fight out here.
Oh yeah, this should be good. I'm excited for this one.
The Sacktown street fight.
So we still got this. We still got is it Allie and Rosemary teaming up to take on Victoria Crawford and Mila Grace? I'm sorry, Mila Moore. So we still got that, and then we still got the 2 out of 3 falls match. Okay, we still got they're pretty
again. You're going to let a 2 out of 3 falls match have some room. So
oh yeah, you got to let that match. I feel like that match needs to start at 10:30. And then kind of take us on out to the rest of the show. We still got Mike Santana to hear from. So
by the way, for this, they've got Chris Carey, athletics play-by-play announcer, I think former, potentially current, but also, I guess, the grandson of the late Harry Carey. For anyone that remembers Will Ferrell doing the Harry Carey announcer impression from SNL and is probably in their late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah, Bradley tagged me in this earlier this week, and I was like, I said
I didn't expect you to. So
I don't know who this
when I said it, and you were like,
I was like, I don't.
But former famous, he was one of the more famous MLB broadcasters, and everything was specifically for the Cubs. It's kind of like Bob Uecker got involved with like the start, like the first couple WrestleManias. Like you've got the clip of him getting choked out by Andre. There was a time where broadcasters were celebrities. I know that might be before your time there, sir. But,
I haven't. I don't think I've ever watched a baseball game. So yeah.
Oh God damn you! Yankees. So Navarro versus AJ Francis, and I think for the first time we've missed most of the other opportunities tonight. Folks, let us know who you're taking for this match. Casey Navarro or AJ Francis.
That's why I clicked on this. Damien says, who do you have in this match? I think it's going to be Casey Navarro, but I like AJ Francis a bit too much. So I'm definitely going to just take AJ Francis, even though he's probably going to lose.
I don't know. I like that he's got Show Stealer on the back of his attire. Like, I would almost, if you're not going to do a big singles run with either guy, I really did like them as a tag team. They worked together well. I think, their gimmick as a tag team worked. And honestly, wrestling's missing fucking tag teams. Can we get some actual good tag teams again?
And I thought at one point they were going to win the tag team titles, but they never even, I don't think they even ever got close to winning.
Right.
So I kind of hate that they broke up, but I know it's because he got injured.
Unique take on the 619 of you have everybody that normally goes through the middle rope there, and he goes up over the top rope and hits it.
Yeah.
Toe pole.
Got caught.
Now, see, that's something AJ Francis is used to, getting caught mid-tope.
Ooh. Turned into a tornado DDT.
Now, would you do in TNA Casey Navarro and Elena Black as like power couple? Would you put them together on screen?
Absolutely not, because that means that Elena Black is going to be on TV more.
Thank you. Sensible talking from that man.
We can keep Casey Navarro by himself, hopefully gunning that X
Yeah,
division.
I'd rather see him paired up with AJ Francis. I'd rather fan fiction him and AJ Francis together than I would him and Elena Black.
Right.
Oh, he who sets it up? No. Oh, into the ring steps goes KC.
He kind of hit those steps hard too.
But again, especially with these guys knowing each other so much, I bet you this is where they're going to have a good match because they know each other. They know how, all right, when he's giving me this, I'm going there and everything. Oh, are we going to get the he who sets it up must go through it?
It looks like it. It looks like he's setting up for like a big choke slam. Oh.
Oh, how did you pull up an already open chair? I've never seen that before. Abracadabra.
This is like a David versus Goliath type match too.
Well, I do think though KC's got some credibility. Like, remember, there was a point before TNA signed him, everybody was earmarking him to go to AEW.
Yeah, that is true.
He essentially would probably be Ace Austin or a Josh Alexander by now. Like, he screams Callis family to me.
I mean, anybody who signs with AEW, it's just, I feel like it's automatically, Don Callis family adjacent. I don't know why.
just everyone.
That's the trend.
You didn't know? Get yourself tested. You might be us adjacent. It's an epidemic. It's rising out there. Go and get yourself tested. You might be Don Callis positive, but
Don Callis positive.
Don Callis adjacent. That's the latest pandemic.
It's definitely what it is.
It's big. It's huge. We don't know how big it is, but it's big. It's huge. But Christ, now I even got myself all worked up into where I missed initially where I was going with that point.
We were talking about Don Callis.
Don Callis, we'll get it back there. No, you might have to save me. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
I mean, we were talking about how Casey Navarro would have went to AEW and, been like Josh Alexander or Ace Austin.
Oh, well, then even fair enough. I guess, hey, we'll tie back into Don Callis, Lazy Susan. Konosuke Takeshita does the JOB to Darby. Hey, how do we be?
Yeah, so I had a conversation with Boston about this last night, because he felt like everyone is, and it's not felt like he's absolutely right that everyone is jobbing out to Darby Allin, and that's what it seems like. That kind of everybody is jobbing out to Darby Allin. But the thing about it is, and this was the point I brought up, was that AEW, in a way, does not treat their top stars as top stars, right? I feel like, they got Ospreay in this, Death Riders thing, and he's faking a neck injury. We haven't seen Swerve Strickland. Me personally feels like MJF has fallen off. I don't know the other guy's name. He's the big guy that has all the tattoos. He just lost Brody King. You see him every once in a while. And it's like, to me, and then, Takeshita, he's been champion for a minute, but hasn't really done much with it. He doesn't feel like a champion to me. I forgot he was actually holding a championship. So it's like, is he really beating top stars?
No,
because they don't feel top.
As we're in commercial, I've said Darby Allin's the heel in this situation. Darby Allin's making MJF have to jump through hoops to get his title match back that Darby didn't have to, and is not challenging top talent. And what top talent he is challenging, he's jobbing out, because it feels very much, I'm going to say this as nicely as I can, but it feels like we're being really nice to Darby so we don't have to check his backpack when he shows up the next day. When it comes to Darby Allin in here, he shouldn't be going over guys like this. Like, think about it. I think Takeshita's first world title challenge, it was going to be Okada's until he got pulled from the match, was going to be against Darby Allin, to where he lost. At Fairway to Hell. Darby Allin got thrown off the entranceway through 2 tables and won. Like, we are just everybody that's sitting there saying this title reign's great, it's legendary. No, this is you're putting this kid over. Like, you're just doing this. It feels like a Make-A-Wish situation of we're putting this kid over way too much. Like, you are diminishing everybody else's value. We're about to have potentially Darby Allin versus Speedball. Everybody loves Speedball, but that's going to be your world title match. That should be a TNT title match at best.
Mm-hmm. No, agreed. And then, I mean, and then on top of that, now I have to say, like, I'm not enjoying the title reign by any means, but I did like the match he had last night with Takeshi.
He has good matches.
He's been having some banger
TNT title matches. If you want a main event to show with that, great.
Go right ahead.
But don't put my world title on that.
No, and I fully agree with that.
And also, Takeshita should have won because Takeshita is the GOAT.
Yeah.
So, AJ Francis now got a baseball bat. Swing, batter up.
Oh. And
now, who the fuck was selling that way before he even swung?
Ooh. He kind of hit that post hard. Oh, now Navarro has the baseball bat.
I do think that there is something to be said that, certain talent fit certain promotions. These 2 guys fit this promotion. You have other people that fit WWE. You have certain people that fit the AW. AJ Francis is a guy to me that fits TNA perfectly. Like, that's one of those, you might bounce around from job to job or team to team or whatever. Once you end up where you're supposed to be, you rock the shit out of it.
Exactly. And that's what AJ Francis has done.
Oh, with the batting helmet too. And a bow. Batter up. So we dropped the belt to grab a trash can. Now, in the halfway sense, if we go back to so he's going back to the belt. I was going to say, why give up the belt or the bat? Give me the bat, March. He's away the pay. He's really saying it like it's fucking batting practice. Oh, I can't wait till this is already shared around Twitter and saying this is the reason why, more people. The slide into home. I was going to say, I can't wait till everyone's sharing that clip around Twitter and gangbanging on TNA about it.
TNA's in the mud. TNA's in the mud.
Famouser. Oh, no. Dos amigos. Actually, I know you're not fully a numbers guy, and I don't have it pulled up to fully if we don't want to discuss it, but did you see anything to NWA's numbers on their new platform? And everybody's saying, they beat out TNA. Hey, they're really number 2, number 3?
But nothing has been confirmed, right?
Well, I know.
That's crazy.
I'm questioning minds one another.
Oh, no. I know you're just asking a question, but it's just like, this is what the IWC does. They see a number and they run with it.
Campaign.
It's exactly. I'm really surprised that on the week that we have a live episode, no type of news came out, because that's usually, when they want to throw out some news. Right. But they did good this week.
Yeah. I like how that whole Carlos Silva pay your wrestlers argument fucking died out pretty fast. I guess that was really fucking valid, wasn't it?
Exactly. It died so quickly.
Virtue signalers that, it doesn't give me traction after 2 days of engagement, so I guess I'll give it up on it.
Right.
Stand for something, fall for everything. Bridge of chairs. Again, though, he who sets it up must go through it.
Exactly. And the table is still set up, I think, outside the ring as well.
Oh. Did someone not get chokeslammed? Or now I'm because the baseball bat.
Yeah, the baseball bat came
AJ
in.
already hits him with the baseball bat. Foul ball.
Oh, now AJ Francis going to the middle rope here.
Bret's rope, most dangerous rope. Do you notice Bret Hart never hit a move out above the middle rope?
He never did. Oh, shoot.
Oh,
he turned that around. He turned that around.
Yo. Two count. AJ Francis went for the choke slam. So what we just witnessed, action replay, is AJ Francis went for the choke slam through the bridge of tables. Casey Navarro countered that mid choke slam into a cutter. Boom, on the chairs. 1, 2, 3. No, 2 count.
2 count.
And this is top of the hour shit. We still got an hour of action.
We still got a 2 out of 3 falls. We still got a alley match with Rosemary. I mean, and then we still got 2 tables outside of the ring. This is crazy.
As now he's just burying them in chairs. I'm trying to think of a pun that TNA can use of where the best pro wrestle, or something around that effect. Because
he breaks out of the chairs.
Rise is this from where the grave. Caught this man and choke slam.
Enziguri.
No, well, we've gotten a lot of, for everybody that says you don't get good in-ring wrestling lately. We've gotten a lot of it, and a lot from other promotions that people think it happens at.
Right.
Choke
through the tables. Oh,
good callback of to he who sets it up.
Exactly.
Now, I still think the cutter on the chairs was the more devastating spot than this, but I get it. That man hooked him. And hey, he didn't sew Ruka. He cleared at least a good chunk of the first table and landed on the second. When did you have a street fight that could only be finished in ring?
That was it. That was it. AJ Francis wins.
Would you have rather have seen AJ Francis win the Battle Royal than EY?
Oh, absolutely. I
hope this gets clipped. If you don't clip it, we can clip it, or somebody will clip this. I would have rather seen AJ Francis out there challenging Mike Santana than EY. Depending on where they go with EY, I'd rather see AJ.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying it that we need AJ Francis in the world title picture. So, I agree with you there.
Francis versus Slater, X Division, nah.
I think we need to see Francis versus Mike Santana.
Going through a table, one saying we see it all its time. Fair enough. I don't know if anybody said it was, but you just gangbanging on everything. Where's Paul Carpenter? You just filling in for him out there. As we're getting a replay of all the moments of
when he won the title last year.
Well, I do get going through the table, commonplace, but at least no Slim Jims. Taco, top dollar is an unappreciated big man. Absolutely.
He calls himself the best big man in the business. He kind of went on a rant about that some days ago. Where he was like, he felt like he wasn't given the time to actually showcase what he could do in the ring in WWE, and TNA has obviously given him that opportunity.
Right. I like this though. They didn't. It. The comment wasn't meant for you. That bullet wasn't meant for you, sir. as Santana about to come out right now.
Yeah, about to hear from Santana.
But no, well, I saw something from MDB, and I don't know if I even clicked on it or not. I'm saying, well, Casey Navarro's miniature. Casey Navarro and Mustafa Ali, like a lot, that whole division, they have a lot of underrated talent and a lot of overlooked talent. A lot of people that, let's not forget how long Mustafa was in WWE, how much AW was trying to court Casey Navarro. Of WWE, we still expect it as waiting at beck and call for whenever Leon's contract is up. Of TNA gets a lot of flack when that I feel is undeserving. Of it carries a lot of the baggage from what it was before. It's like if WCW ever made a comeback, like what Lucha Underground might deal with if they're making a comeback.
Yeah, true. Hopefully they do make a comeback and I get to watch it, firsthand. But yeah, everything you said, I think is kind of spot on.
Well, because you got very much of you have people that it's how many people for the longest time were little TNA? That comment's fucking gone away. Now it was Carlos Silva is denying his his wrestlers of an extra pay and da 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 da. And then he actually spoke up about why he did it, and everybody shut the fuck up pretty quick.
Exactly. Didn't say anything. And do you want your TNA top talent losing to people who was jobbing out to Darby Allin? Let's talk about that. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead. Trust me, 100%. We still got half a dozen to talk about. We got half a dozen points to talk about. We still haven't even talked about John Cena's whatever the hell that announcement
is. a bunch of mess, as I call it.
But I don't know if this is mess or not. But James saying, Anthony, can we talk about Kevin Hart?
Yeah, I saw that. I'm not sure what we have to talk about Kevin Hart. I don't.
The only thing I can think of would be the roast of Kevin Hart that I guess is out on Netflix, which I saw more people are like, Dwayne can show up for this, but can't show up, for a one night of a WrestleMania anytime ever. Sitting there losing money because he can't show up to board meetings for TKO, but can show up to the roast of Kevin Hart.
I mean, I didn't watch that. I don't really watch those roasts because I don't think they're really funny. So I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say there. So his movies are great though. I've watched a lot of Kevin Hart movies, and I think those are funny.
For half a second, I thought you were about to say Dwayne's movies were great, but also that's also part of it is Dwayne and Kevin Hart tried to be like Arnold and Danny DeVito. They tried to be like Albert and Costello, like we're a pair together, and it didn't seem to work out. You know damn well Anthony hasn't watched the game. Yeah, well, when people ask about it though, or just talk about it, I gotta at least acknowledge. We'll see. You never know.
Oh, I think okay. Now I get what James is talking about. So last night on Dynamite, that pissed me off. Those commentators need to be fired because Kevin Knight.
Okay. So see,
now that makes sense. So after Darby won the match and then he was getting beat down after the match, Kevin Knight ran out to save him, and the commentators literally called him Kevin Hart, and they were trying to correct themselves as they were trying to say Kevin Knight. And I legit in the stream said, please fire the entire AEW commentary table because they don't know how to commentate at all.
Now, I mean, I wasn't watching, so just asking for clarity, was it just a simple name slip? Because trust me, I have very much said names that weren't names at times.
It was a simple name slip, but it was the continuation of it after. It was like, because I think it was Tony Schiavone that said Kevin Hart, and then what's the other guy's name? Excalibur. He said Excalibur it too, and then they kind of both corrected themselves at the end, and it was like, just stop talking, please. Just stop talking.
Now, curious minds, should they have just corrected it then if they were noticed it on the fly and just not even sell it? or is it because they went back and sold it? Of even if I called, Tekla Fikla or whatever through a whole segment or whatever, is it more an issue if I go back afterwards and correct myself and acknowledge that I fucked up versus if you
slip up and move on.
you slip up and then correct and go back to the right name if you can catch yourself?
If you can catch yourself. If you can catch yourself, yes. But it was like they both said, "Oh no, that's not Kevin Hart. That's Kevin Knight. We know that. So just stop talking." I don't know. The entire AEW commentary team just annoys me.
They acknowledge the slip up.
Yeah, the entire commentary team in general annoys me, and half the time I mute the TV and just watch the match because I can't listen to them talk. I just can't.
Well, that's what you should do, folks, here. And matter of fact, I'm going to go mute my TV so I can hear Anthony talk, and I'll be right back.
As Nick takes a pause here, we are back with TNA. We got Mike Santana in the ring. I'm pretty sure you'll talk about his new opponent, Eric Young. Oh, that's a good question. Because I think he called the AEW champion the WWE champion one time when they were walking out. And I don't know who was AEW champion at that time, but like after that slip up, they kind of just like slowly took him off of the commentary table. And now he's like a special attraction for AEW. But yes, he has said it a lot of times. Yep. So Mike Santana is definitely acknowledging his new challenger in Eric Young. Taco down here says showbiz rules, just keep going, don't ignore. That's how I feel. Just keep moving on. You don't have to acknowledge that you slipped up. But I have a disdainment in my heart for Tony Schiavone, and I just don't like him being on the commentary table at all. Like I can tolerate Excalibur, but Tony Schiavone, I just can't. So he's talking about how he's went toe to toe with, almost everybody and he's beat them all. As he addressed Eric Young.
I want to apologize for every time I accidentally did your KJ entrance instead of your entrance then.
So Mike Santana saying he's the man and holds down the fort. And he said that Eric Young needs to come with something different than anybody else. He's going to come with this imaginary cleanse. That's what he's going to come with. But I think the suit is coming out now. Yeah. When do you think Mike Santana, this is what Damian is saying, when do you think Mike Santana versus Eric Young will take place? I feel Slammiversary. That's June 28th. And I actually think they're going midday with Slammiversary because AEW is having their Forbidden Snore that night too. Oh, she's mentioning Steve Macklin. And she's just basically mentioning that he didn't beat Steve Macklin. So is this when he comes back? Steve Macklin is cleared. So next week on TNA, it'll be him versus Steve Macklin for the TNA World Title. And now we got Santino. And we haven't seen Santino in a minute because Santino was actually suspended. So now we got Santino back. Macklin's cleared. Santino's back. A TNA World Title match next week. Triple threat possibly at Slammiversary. So he's saying he would have been here last week, but someone canceled his flight. We know who that someone is. That's Daria Ray. Okay. He said he has some announcements of his own. Okay. Indy Hartwell has re-signed. A lot going on in this segment, to be honest. I like how he says layingly, lady. Lady Lee. All right. Anything else we got coming out, Santino? Scum bucket. I don't want to use the bad language, but in my heart, I want to use the bad language. Sounds like me. I knew we were kind of always getting to like a stack Santino's match, but I don't know. Jason down here, which is a good point, said Indy re-signed Loomis at Slammiversary. We do know Loomis made a promo video with Indy in it, and she cut his hair, basically cut his dreadlocks off. So maybe. So Mike Santana basically says it doesn't matter who it is. He's gonna beat him. In so many words, that's what he said. So next week it's official. TNA World Championship will be defended. Mike Santana will be taking on a returning Steve Macklin. And I'm finally going to scroll up to see some comments. Taco Mark says, is Eric Young a Slammiversary attraction? No. Boston basically said the same thing. This is how I look at it. I don't look at TNA as, and I'm not saying you guys are doing that. Trey Miguel is out on the injury report. I'm not saying both of you guys are doing that. I don't look at TNA as having someone like a Roman Reigns. TNA works with what they have. So if we get a Slammiversary match between Eric Young and Santana, that is the match that TNA can present to us because that is the talent that TNA has on hand. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. But when it comes to TNA, like I didn't think Frankie Kazarian and Mike Santana was a big thing that could take on, that could go at Genesis. But it did, right? And Genesis is one of their big 4 pay-per-views. I have to, and I'm talking about me personally, I have to look at TNA differently. I have to look at TNA actively using the people on their roster to produce the best stories possible. Is Eric Young the best person? Maybe not. I do believe they have other people like Elijah that can be one of those people. But Elijah is also a face, and Mike Santana is a face too. And the last time they tried one of those face-to-face storylines, that was Nick Nemeth and Joe Hendry, didn't go over so well. So we have to kind of take what we have, because TNA is using the people they have the best they can. So you may not feel like it's Slammiversary worthy, but I'm also not comparing TNA to what WWE or AEW is doing. I'm comparing it to what we see each and every week on TNA. And if that's where they want to go, that's where they kind of have to go, because that's the talent that they have that they can use. That's just kind of my whole theory with that.
Well, speaking of the best that they have, the talent that they use, of what you trying to say?
I'm just
the best we got out here. No, I can't. I was like, this whole man. I was like, I'm waiting. This man. Well, they just got to use who they got. Well,
they got to use who they got. I don't feel like Eric Young versus Mike Santana is Slammiversary worthy. But if you're using that as saying like, I feel like Slammiversary is TNA's version of SummerSlam, I'm not looking at it like that, because TNA is nowhere near WWE SummerSlam.
No, and I get that, and I respect that. Like I said, I was very much halfway just making the joke. Well, I'm trying my best out here. I know I'm not the best. I know I'm not no Roman Reigns.
And I think Jose said it. I think Jose said everything I said wrapped up in one word. This is my mom's favorite phrase. It is what it is. And that's what we have. It is what it is, and we can't change it, because theoretically, if we're looking at the current landscape of TNA, who else will we put in that position?
That's a heel. What they got to think about it. We're talking about how WWE wants to snipe Mike Santana, wants to snipe Leon Slater. Yeah. AEW is very much wanting to snipe talent, and has sniped talent from TNA. So we can't act like they're, this non-entity. I think they're much more akin to who they partnership a bit with, like NXT. Yeah. They are, I don't want to say a really good feeder system, but they're doing the best with what they got. It might be duct taped together, but the shit's holding.
Exactly. They're doing the best with what they got. I mean, if you look at Slammiversary's main event 2 years ago, and not talking about the Trick Williams main event and the Joe Hendry one, but it was like a 5 or 6 person elimination match to determine the new TNA world champion. I mean, they do the best that they have. I just, I'm not, and I've said this a lot of times on the channel. I hate comparing two wrestling companies. I hate it. I think, one company is doing the best they can. The other company is doing the best they can. Same with AEW. I guess is trying to do the best they can.
Fair enough. I
don't like comparing like this event is similar to this event, because they're not. SummerSlam is being held in stadiums with 60,000 seat arenas. We're still trying to get TNA to get to an arena, a regular arena that holds like 16,000 fans, right? So I don't like comparing that. I just like, okay, this is what we have. This is what we can make the best of it. And a lot of times in TNA, we see rivalries that start off like this is not going to go anywhere, but then they eventually go somewhere, and it's the best thing TNA can produce at that time.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's like a lot of our criticisms on across wrestling as a whole, or anything debate, depending on company v company or whatever, is more of no. These are the issues you're dealing with. We're not talking about Susan's problems right now. We're talking about your problems and what's wrong with you, of why are your numbers not matching up, week on, year on, what have you. We're not talking about Steven. We're talking about what's going on here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with you.
As I almost said Swerve, God help me. Cedric
Alexander.
Well, again, of another thing that everybody just kind of ran up the flagpole without doing 2 cents of fucking thought onto it, is Swerve out there tweeting, I'm starting to wonder why I'm not on TV, and then cuts a whole promo about how he's the most dangerous man. It's like, don't work yourself into a shoot, brother.
And it goes over everybody's head that was a promo. Literally just flew over people's head. Because at first,
want to be negative. They want to gangbang. See, that's the thing, is back to tie it all in a nice, neat little bow. We're not trying to be out here gangbanging. Why? I have better shit to do, respectfully, I'd much rather show up and enjoy what I'm watching than be mad 24/7. Me and my doctor would appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, because at first he cut it, he cut that promo at first like he was unhappy with AEW until he was like, no, AEW is keeping me away. They have banned me from tonight's show. And it was like that went over everybody's head, and it was immediately, Swerve is unhappy with his position in AEW. Like the IWC is crazy.
Well, no, and this is why I love our chat of very much, Jose. You have no idea. Honestly, fully peeling back the curtain, as I've got. What is their faction name? The Diamond Mind, whatever it is.
They don't have one yet.
Cubic Zarkarbian.
I've been calling them the Diamond. I've been calling the Diamond Collective because that's what the TNA faithfuls on Twitter have been calling them, and I think it's a cool name. So
fair enough. But I got the Demon and the Bunny back together out here with Mara Sade. But yeah, you have no idea how many times KJ himself has even told me this, and how much I've seen this, especially since starting doing content and everything. Comparison is the thief of joy. 100%.
Yeah, and
sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna piggyback on that. I think that was the point I had to get to in my content journey, because like when I first started doing content, I just, kind of did it for fun. And then you kind of fall into that trap of comparing everything to something else. And there was a time where I had to kind of reset, and I'm like, this is not what I want to be. This is not what I want my content to be. I don't want to be comparing other things to what others are doing. I don't want that. And I feel like it kind of took my passion and love for wrestling away. And then when I kind of just realized that, and like, let me just be myself. Let me be the wrestling fan that I am. And just, I'm not going to use the term enjoy everything, because there's things that I just downright dislike, but I'm not going to compare, what WWE is doing to AEW, what AEW is doing to TNA, and vice versa, however it goes. I just don't like that. Because to me, it does take the joy. It takes your love of wrestling away. It takes the passion away. And I'm talking about me specifically. It just kind of, it takes that away, and I don't like it. That's just me personally.
Oh no, 100% especially when you get into, I think that's when you lose, and we're going on a halfway diatribe here, but that's when you lose. If you're enjoying what you're doing it for the real reason you should be doing it, versus, I'm doing it to try and compare myself to so-and-so. You're keeping up with the Joneses, and you're never going to win if you're in the game of keeping up with the Joneses, because the Joneses is just always doing better.
Yeah, absolutely. But for a second here, I am going to leave you guys with Nick. So I'm gonna see if I can do this smoothly, but I'm probably not. So
fair enough. I got you. There we go. We completed the mission. We have gotten through there. As Ali and Mila Moore right now in the ring. Let me know who you got for this match. And I still think it's really slept on to halfway pivot of we were all in deep thoughts by Jack Handy out there. Yeah, fuck Joneses. Well, we Joneses 100%. We're taking over. That's again here. I'll halfway pivot on this. If that's why you like, share, and subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend, spread the good gospel of wrestling out there. If nobody else out there breaking it down this way and covering everything live. How many people out there got a TNA stream going on right now? And who's out there was bitching about that their clips got taken down? Are out there actually watching TNA right now? Yeah, Thursday Night Tangents for sure. All right. That needs to be a thing. That we're the new TNT out there. Thursday tangents, Thursday night tangents. But yeah, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. But Lila Moore and Allie going out. I was gonna say, I feel like that's a slept-on thing, especially amongst the kind of sicko fan base of Allie's back in wrestling. We haven't seen the Butcher or the Blade in a hot minute, but this is my second Allie match that I'm watching. Didn't everybody love her before they loved Dana J and, Tay Mello and all of that? And I thought she was kind of, everybody's favorite. She was the Julia Hart before Julia Hart. But what happened to all of that? The Righteous is another example of they were there for a fucking cup of coffee. But so far, Rosemary has been very much in this match. It is a thing. It is a thing. Trust me. Well, see, and I'll say this: if you want us to do all this merch, respectfully, you always got to buy all these merches. Let me find. Well, speaking of the merches, we do got all the merches. We got crop tops, drop tops, pop tops, only beards, all of that out there. You got anything and everything, and trust me, we're trying to do more and more as much as we can. But again, the more symbiosis, the more you spread the good gospel, the more you invest in, the more we can keep growing. Because again, we're not like other content creators that, help me get to take it to WrestleMania. Here's my Cash App. The more you pour into us, the more we pour out. The more you send our way, the more we can do. The more that we can keep growing and keep doing all these things. So absolutely, trust me. Literally, we haven't been able to do some of the original content ideas that we wanted to do because there's so much goddamn wrestling to watch at this point. We took a weekend off because the summer's about to pop off, and there's still Ronda and all of this going on. So, good God Almighty! Oh, Jose, I'm a merch merchant. Absolutely, I still got that picture. I was looking for you at Fairway. Now it seemed, Jose, honest question, because you were there, and I know you were there. How was that viewing experience? Like, if you were not on the floor there, was it worth, like, what was that? Was it one of those? Because you might have been on the fucking, ninth leg of a dog or ninth hole of a fucking dog leg fairway. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Golf terms. But Jose, I'll buy a shirt if you click on more comments, Nick. I'll do my best. How about that, sir? Thank you for the $5. But you answer my question. If you were on the back end of the fairway out there, as Tessa was trying to get involved but fell off the steps, as her and Mara super kick. If you weren't like at ringside, what was the viewing experience at Fairway? But Guardian, Nick, I prefer the Resident Evil 4 merchant. What are you buying? Well, I am always the sucker for the dude at the beginning of Aladdin. Oh, DDT. Trust me, and the missus quote it constantly. Also makes julienne fries will not break. It broke. So yeah, the Robin Williams, the rumored Easter egg that was the genie. But Rosemary 1, 2, 3 on Victoria Crawford. So Rosemary, they didn't book me for a long time, but in here for a minute and gets the win. Rosemary needed to get the win. I also feel like she needed to wrestle a little bit more. I understand Allie's been out for a minute, but could you have had this go a little bit more 50-50 on the team? I have no idea what that might have been. That just fell in the background of my apartment. I don't know if anyone heard that, but I might have to check on that. But Rosemary needed the win. Yeah, I just wish she would have wrestled a little bit more in that, I'd say. As we're getting the video package of Leon out here. Damian, Nick, and Anthony thoughts on the women's and men's Owen Hart tournament bracket. So Ospreay's winning the men's, and Athena is winning the women's, right? The women's is very much more a bit outsourced, I feel. Of you don't have exactly everybody on a contract in that. The men's you really had to do Swerve and Bandito in the tournament because you already weren't building to it initially. That's a bit confusing. You're gonna get really good matches out of it. I wonder. You didn't need because doesn't whoever wins the Owen get a title shot of their choosing or what have you? It's kind of like their Money in the Bank a bit, if I'm remembering. But if like you didn't need Ospreay to win this to get a title shot, especially going to Wembley, going to the UK. So I think it's a long way. You went around your elbow to get to your wrist kind of vibe. Spaz with the $5. Who remembers the famous line from Alien 3? This is rumor control. Here are the facts. Maybe we apply this to wrestling media. Fair? I mean, well, you do very much have to aggregate and cultivate, who you listen to, who you pay attention to, and who is actually having an open dialogue and a discussion about things versus, here's a narrative. Here's how I sell it. Todd, I think Mercedes wins it if she comes back. Wins the X Division title. I'm trying to figure. I'm assuming you're. The Owen. She's not in it. She's not. This isn't one of those. I declare that I'm in it. It is. Is it going to be a tournament like the John Cena Classic? That might be. Is it going to be one of those that, it's just kind of a thing. That's a thing to be a thing. I prefer Corporal Hicks. Game over, man. Game over, man. Yeah. We're talking alien lines. Well, actually, why am I going to blank on the actor's name? But he's actually the only one that's gotten, slayed by a xenomorph, a Terminator, and a Predator. Oh, Bill Paxton. Is it Bill Paxton? Bill Paxton. Final answer, Alex. It's a title shot for the title at All In. So then Ospreay's clearly winning that. And shit. Then if Thecla's going to be your champion till then, fuck, you have to pick a babyface. But you do both baby faces after you did you do both heels last year? Mercedes won it last year, so that's a heel. So you have to do babyface this year, be alternate. The women's should be Athena. The women's, I feel, is much more up in the air than the men's. The men's is Ospreay. And again, I still feel like you took a roundabout way to get there. Who won the Battle Royal? EY, Eric Young. Eric Young won the Battle Royal. TNA needs to push Tessa Blanchard more ASAP. I don't know if they're really gonna. Did anybody start to actually really get behind Tessa just because she got caught up in a controversy? It's one of those that you went anti that way to push behind her. Like, is Tessa really, controversy aside, is Tessa really that talented? Or is it just one of those that it's counter movement? So I'm swimming upstream with it. Because is Tessa really who you would want top of the heap? Or is it just, to mess with people kind of vibe? Bishop, now we're just quoting the movie Aliens now. Bishop, do me a favor. Line, disconnect me. I could be reworked, but I'll never be top of the line again. I'd rather be nothing. Did I read the line well? Did I get the part? Line. I got Broken Matt Hardy. I don't know who would have read that line better, me or Broken Matt Hardy. Bar, what up? Broken Matt. If Tessa Blanchard went to WWE, she'd be a top 5 talent off the rip, in my opinion. No, she'd be Nikita Lyons. She would be Nikita Lyons. There's a reason why WWE hasn't sniffed around that tree. And I think, the news, I don't think she would be your top 5. Think about who would be top 5 currently in WWE. What? Stephanie, Liv, there's 2. You could, Charlotte, Becky, maybe 4, throwing a Bailey, 5, Roxanne, 6, Raquel, 7, Rhea, Christ, we haven't even mentioned Rhea or Jade. That's the thing. That top 5 is really heavy. So she'd be top 15 at best. Oh, yours. I'm the new Cyborg. No, I'm the Terminator. Yeah. Oh, we got Brother Nero. I still don't know if I ever really liked Brother. He's the bastard child of Broken Matt and Willow. Like, he's Willow Light, as we're about to get the 2 out of 3 falls match about to kick off right now. This is your main event of the evening. As they're giving the Slater-owned singles wins over Alexander. Cedric has pinned Leon twice since August. Missed the last point, but yeah. Are you going to get accompaniment out there with the system as well? Yeah, so how do we have this going, folks? Let us know what you got, whether you got Leon, whether you got Cedric. Does Leon break not only the youngest, but the longest reigning? Christ, who you got? Well, how do the falls order? Is it too clean either way, or is it trade-off final? Let us know. She knows how to work a mic. Has a believable character and is incredible in the ring. And you ask why we want to see more of Tessa. Is she incredible in the ring? Is she? I feel. Why do I feel like this is the end? Oh, really? Is it compelling me, Boston? Is it compelling me? I still think if you were to throw her, somebody said it. I don't want to point names or point fingers or anything, but I think if you put her in WWE right now, she can be in the top 15 to top 20. Now, granted, TNA don't have that, but even still, I don't think I'd put her in the top 3, maybe, top 5. Is she just the top heel right now? Is that why? TNA had Ospreay versus Alexander and used both of them better than the much. Well, this is why certain partnerships. This is why it's so funny how everybody was crashing out about pays and dates and all that whole anti-TNA conversation about about Carlos pulling talent was really prosperous on Twitter, at least, until Carlos explained why he did it, and everybody kind of fair enough and shut up. So it feels very much like the stooge that got picked on by the bully is now picking on his stooge. Of AEW gets picked on by WWE, so AEW picks on TNA. Tessa Blanchard is undoubtedly a double plus in the ring. She's a 3rd generation wrestler. Her dad was a fucking horseman. She's basically a better Charlotte Flair. Was she better? Is she better than in the ring than Jordynne Grace? Even though I'd say that Jordynne Grace is better in ring than her. MDB, so tag teams forming. MDB, I agree with you. I think Tessa is better than Charlotte, but I can't give her that yet because I haven't seen them wrestle each other. Oh, if Tessa was to ever go to WWE, they do that. They would do the Horseman history. I would at least hope they would, because it's a license to print money out there. I feel like Boston had a whole comment directed to me. No, it's because one of the best women's wrestlers in the world. She was before her mistake, and she is after it. People need to stop acting like they're saints. Fair enough, but even if you want to view it on how you feel it, you got to get a lot of other people to agree with that, and you got to work uphill. As much as it might suck, but you got to work the fuck uphill with that a bit. And I don't know if they've gotten to the peak, to the precipice, pause, as we are about to get ding, ding, bell ring for this X Division Championship. I'm still worried my shower curtain fell. Nick, I think you need to go watch Tessa versus Grace, my guy. Well, maybe I'll do that afterwards. But I can't do it live. As right now I'm watching Cedric versus Leon in 2 out of 3 falls. So no time limit. This is just down to best of 3 out here. And how do you think this is going to go? Do you think this is going to go a 2-way or a 3-way? Well, I know at least it's going to be a 2-way, or might have to briefly pause, but yeah.
A 2-way is a segue to come back on.
Wow. Oh
shoot! We already had the first fall.
What?
Slater has the first fall.
So there's no way that Cedric goes too clean, right?
I mean, he could, but that was quick.
Right? Speaking of quick, I'm going to try and be very quick, as I've got a commercial right now, because while you took your pause, something happened in my background that I just need to make sure what happened. Okay. And I'll be right back.
All right. Well, as Nick takes a pause, I heard the Tessa Blanchard Jordan Grace conversation. I did pose this question. I'm clicking on my own chat. That's weird. But I mean, we were all here Genesis 2025, I think it was. These years are just conjoined together at this point. Jordan Grace, Tessa Blanchard, phenomenal match. I went back and watched that match probably at least twice since then. Tessa, I personally feel like Tessa is slightly better than Jordan. I don't think like there's a huge gap between their athletic ability, but Tessa Blanchard is definitely better than Jordan Grace. But I mean, that match was just insane between those two. I also think I hate that someone has so much controversy around them that they can't succeed somewhere. I'll just say it like that. But if Tessa Blanchard was in WWE, I feel like Tessa Blanchard would be running rampant over that women's division. If she started off in NXT, she's instantly better than anybody on NXT. Let's just put it like that. Then you put her in there with the greats, the Charlottes. She's already, I want to see Charlotte versus Tessa because I don't know who's better. But I also know she's better than Becky Lynch. I know she's better than Bayley. Her versus Rhea Ripley would be something magical. So Nick can feel how he feels, right? I'll just put it like that. But if Tessa was in WWE, Tessa would be doing some good things. Tessa would be doing some great things. I think I have watched Tessa's entire first run with TNA. I say I think because I don't know if she showed up in TNA in 2018 or 2019. It might have even been 2017. I don't know. I think I have watched the majority of her first run in TNA. And I tell you, I was entertained. That one match she had against Gail Kim at, I want to say it was Emergence, um, was incredible. She had some bangers with Sammy Callahan. I mean, Tessa was out there doing the dang thing, and that's how I'll put it. I think we've talked about Tessa enough, right? Um, uh, I agree. MDB Tessa B would eat real. I really think the only real good challenge for her in WWE is probably Charlotte Flair. I mean, I don't know. That's just how I feel. I think that would be great.
Do
To
you
see between
do
those two.
Charlotte and Tessa in WWE? Would that ever? Do they ever go full horseman, horsewoman?
Horseman, horsewoman. I don't know. Uh I don't know. I don't. I would love to see Tessa Blanchard in WWE. Um I in this current climate of the society we live in, I just don't
Would she?
think,
Yeah, but do you
you
think
know.
she'd honestly? And part of what the chat brought up of, and I just say that because I don't know who specifically said it, that she would be top 5 right now in WWE.
I think she would be up there. I really think
Top
she
5.
would. Yeah, I really think she would be top 5. I love Becky Lynch. I don't consider Becky Lynch a top 5 wrestler. I consider her a really great mic worker, and she can talk with some of the best of them. But as a wrestler, I don't put Becky Lynch up there.
Top 5 talent right now. So Charlotte, Rhea, Liv, Stephanie. So there's 4 already just off the rip. So
I don't
Tessa
feel the same way, and this is all subjective because it's like different opinions for everything. I don't feel the same way about Stephanie Valkyrie as everyone else. I think she's a great in-ring talent. I do think that. Putting her in a top 5, I personally am not there yet.
Io, so there's 5. So okay,
Yeah,
so
there you got
Io.
Io.
So then there's 5, if not
you
4.
You got Io. Yeah, Io is great. You got Bianca too. Tessa versus Bianca. My goodness, like we've seen Bianca versus Io, Bianca versus Tessa. I'm just saying.
Dylon, and Dylon as Cedric goes for a 2 count right now.
With Leon still at number 1, which is when getting the first fall so quickly. Like I missed it. That's how quickly it was.
But that's the thing is now Cedric's not going to sweep the table, I don't feel. So
yeah.
Now, do you have this be the extended part and then the last fall is kind of out of nowhere a little bit kind of shorter?
Like a roll up or something?
15 minutes. You got about 15 minutes and you're against it.
Yeah, you got 15 minutes in this. I think I think that last fall may be something like shocking where I don't want to say a roll up, but something that'll shock you for the winner. I'm scared though, like with Cedric Alexander, he's lost so many times to Leon Slater. I'm like, do you have him lose again? But I don't know.
Which is the bigger moment? The shock Cedric wins or Leon breaks the record?
I think
Which
the bigger
is the
moment,
better headline.
I think the better headline is Leon Slater winning, because I feel like I'm only saying this because I feel like TNA is, I don't want to say erasing Austin, what is his name? Austin Aries. He's the one that holds the record. I don't know if TNA is trying to erase Austin Aries, but lately Austin Aries has said some things about TNA about how they treat talent. Maybe they just want to kind of move away from him. So that would be the bigger headline. But also Cedric Alexander beating Leon Slater would be a pretty big headline too. It's debatable.
Fair. Well, the man's got Sacramento Kings colors, so I think he's winning.
Oh,
you go. Spaz saying Tessa Jade. Would that be something you want to see?
not. I'm not interested in seeing that at all.
Oh, really? Why?
I don't think Jade is that great of a wrestler. She's improved a lot. She's improved a lot, but I don't. That's not something I want to see.
Fair enough. I think we both agree. I don't think it's going to go well for damn sure. And I also think that's going to be. Never mind. that might be to where Jade, who's known to be vocal, might be vocal about something.
Yeah.
2 count.
I think that was a Blue Thunder bomb for a 2 count.
Wrestle Rants, what up? How nobody even named is mental. Huh? Oh, EO. Yeah, well, give it your 5. Nick really compared Tessa Blanchard, former TNA champion, to Nikita Lyons. You bet the fuck I did, and I'll do it again.
I don't even think they're in the same stratosphere. Nikita Lyons likes to sing throughout her promos and do like a karate move set when
so
she makes her entrance. I don't think they're from the entrance standpoint. Like they're
Nikita Lyons has lost me for a minute. I still saw it was so hilarious because I saw someone on Twitter earlier today that was like, because they were talking about how there might be more call-ups from the women's roster from NXT to the main roster. And Nikita Lyons' name got mentioned, and someone's like, if she hits that excuse me singy shit that she did on Tuesday towards like a Becky Lynch or a Charlotte, they were like, I'm gonna throw my fucking TV out the window. And Nikita Lyons responded, yes, queen, manifest it. She's like, no, the fuck up.
Lumbar check. Check.
He
got the pin.
You know he's not going to get 2 in a row, though. But hey, they still, for as much time, because the first fall was so fast, that fall felt longer than it actually was. So now you still really, that took up, 3 to 4 minutes?
Yeah.
You still got a solid minimum 10 can close it out.
Yeah, if we're truly closing out with this, and I say truly because TNA likes to do those last minute promo things like they did last week. You know, we had that whole thing with Moose. If they truly close out this, we got a good 10 minutes.
Could they do something like that though? And does it tease towards somebody else being involved? Could you start if it was the Wyatts or a Cross or any sort of spooky element coming into TNA? Could you start to subliminally tease it, like we did before with the White Rabbit, etc.? Start to tease, play that ARG all the way until they debut.
I'm not a contract expert, but can you still tease something like that when they're under a 90-day no compete?
Can you prove that I was teasing specifically to that person? So you own rabbits, TKO now? That's what it is? You own white rabbits? You own crosses? What are we doing out here? Your Honor, what do they actually own?
I don't know. We still got a lot of time on the clock.
But that's the thing is you start really out there and you spiral it in and get close to where, like last week, Moose gets taken out. Who took out Moose? You would assume probably the system. There's nothing saying, though, that they actually did it. So what if it's somebody else? Now, granted, don't leave it out to pasture like who attacked Jacob, but could it be a tease for down the road? Kick the can down the road.
I mean, yeah, definitely. It could be something they tease that happens down the road. I personally feel like it might be too early, but I mean, only time will tell. I do know. I feel like for a fact Dexter Lumis is showing up at some type of TNA event in the near future. When you put Indy Hartwell and him in a promo package where she's cutting his hair, I think TNA is his landing spot.
I think that's incredibly valid. I know you said before Slammiversary. I just don't know again, I'm just a small town bird lawyer. I didn't stay at a
Mhm.
Holiday Inn Express or anything. I'm not familiar with contract law of how many days he might have. I don't know if that would fall within the 90 days or whatever. But either way, he is bound and determined, I feel, to end up in TNA. And that could be, we even saw the Righteous teasing, bringing in the Wyatts. And could
Yeah.
you get what could have been the Wyatts in WWE in TNA? Because TNA loves them some spooky gimmicks.
Yeah. TNA, I'm not saying TNA does every spooky gimmick right, but
But
TNA
they will do
does
all of them.
exactly. TNA can do some spooky gimmicks. I mean, I would like to see the Wyatt Six kind of stay together, but done right. Because I don't know what WWE was trying to do with them. I fell off when they brought those QR codes back for the second time because I was like, we just did this for like 5 months. Why are we doing this again? But I don't know. We'll see.
Well, Nick said the Righteous, where's my liquor? I love that that's still an ongoing game between me and Jose of he has to take a shot every time I say the Righteous. But Spaz with a $5 super chat. Rona versus Gina pay-per-view day hangout this Saturday on my side. Hop in the convo, teach Spaz about MMA, or we can just shoot the stuff about wrestling. Do you have opinion on this in any aspect, sir?
Of Ronda Rousey versus Gina, no, I don't. I don't care about Ronda Rousey. We'll just put it like I'll say that nicely. I don't care about Ronda Rousey.
Fair enough. I'll say this then. I've been yelled at by Ronda because apparently I didn't know how she wanted to sign my shirt properly. I had to keep it taut and whatnot. I didn't know the proper procedures.
You for real been yelled at by Ronda?
Yes, I was at one of the UFC events to where she was the Q&A as Leon taking Cedric all the way.
Oh,
But throwing Cedric back in the ring. But yes, I have. Oh, and I still love every time this man just clears the top post.
I know.
It's dunk contest shit.
Okay, what's bothering me is them blocking out the chants with the sound. It's AMC. It's dang near almost 11 o'clock at night. Why are we blocking out a holy S chant? Why?
Well, sir, why did you even block yourself out from saying the holy S chant and everything? That might be. Can we get to the core root of this thing? And I thought of this earlier when you're like, I want to say a bad word. Can I say a bad word? Is this
he's going for a Styles clash from the middle rope?
Has to be it. Has to be it. 1, 2, two count. And I like that Leon kept Cedric's foot was going to hit the ropes and Leon grabbed it. Yo, TNA is cooking tonight. They saw the NWA numbers and said, nah, you can have that. That even what I'm mad at.
Tonight has been fun. This has been best
live episode.
Maybe best live episode because the live episodes be lacking. I'll say that they be lacking tonight. It has been
it's crazy how the taped episodes have been better than the live episodes.
Live episodes. But that was a move. I was not expecting a Styles clash from the middle rope.
No, and again sells the knee. But no, okay, Nick has a point. Oh, what did I say now? But my opinion is Ronda's fought more recently. Ronda's a ground wrestler. She's a former Olympic judo athlete. Gianna hasn't fought more than Roll Tide wasn't even born the last time Gina Carano fought. So she's very much got to knock off the dust. It's a celebrity attraction. It's Logan Paul, Jake Paul kind of esque, I feel.
Yeah.
Just MMA value on Netflix. Some of the other stuff like Nick Diaz versus Mike Perry, I'm actually more excited for. But
Cedric Alexander grabbed and said,
Over.
I'll be the greatest X Division champion in history. We got 5 minutes left.
Do we get an overrun?
It's live. There's a potential.
North Kakalaki. Yeah, well, and they cut it out again.
Oh, so he's bleeding.
So we got blood. That is so. I don't want to grade on like how you get color or anything because I'm not trying to run, razor blades across my forehead or anything. That man looks like he just spilled Kool-Aid on his forehead or like tomato juice or something. Like stuck his face in ketchup.
It definitely does give that vibe.
Like it looks too bright.
Oh, roll up.
1, 2, go.
Oh, that was a nasty forearm.
1, 2 count. I dig this. There, no matter what I throw at the kid, he won't fucking quit.
He's not letting up. Yeah, he won't give up. This is good.
This is the man. Again, I still think best live episode of TNA.
Oh, absolutely.
Far and away better than their debut. Yo, who falls like that? Can goddamn crucifixion?
Exactly.
Got no one apart can
Oh, just ooh, lumbar check. Oh, he hit it.
1, 2.
He kicks out.
See, this is why I'm buying into this now, and this is more of my theory. Is this TNA is the most fan-friendly wrestling company, one in the blue hell. Because if this was Jim Ross or even us, I'm still having to hold back. What in the holy shit fuck just happened?
Right. Oh, he's trying to get to the top, trying to hit that 450 swanton.
With the busted face, swanton 450, nobody home.
He might win it.
Oh,
lumbar check number 2.
Lumbar check again.
No, that's 3. But he didn't go for a pin.
No way, kicks out. Who's going to do it again?
He didn't go for a pin.
Yeah, but this is where he's going to counter it.
This has to be.
Right back.
This is his last chance.
David Brunson.
No, he hit it. New champ. 1, 2. New X Division champ. Wow.
Give it to the kid. That's wow. Not a bad, fantastic match. Fantastic match.
That was great.
Honestly, is going to be a slept-on match of the year candidate.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they gave it to Cedric. No knock. But I thought you could have had Cedric winning at Slammiversary.
But I mean, it goes back to the spoken rule. He who goes over on the technical go-home show loses the following week.
I really like the idea you pitched. We kind of cohabitated it.
We did.
AJ, shows up, puts him over.
This
AJ
man
goes into the Hall of Fame. That's all. Are you saving that now for Slammiversary? But he's no longer longest reigning.
Right. I would
have let him have that, but they go quick off the air.
Wait, no, the lights go out. It came back and the lights went out.
Yeah. Oh, we got Vinny Vinci.
What? Giovanni Vinci?
Giovanni Vinci. Who be you? Scooby-Doo? Come on. The Fabian Eichner. Giovanni Vinci.
He said about a week ago there was talks with the company.
About a week ago. Yo, interesting. This is okay. So now,
Wow.
collective thoughts. I would have rather ended the show on Leon is celebrating youngest and longest reigning X Division champion than Cedric wins and randomly Giovanni Vinci shows up.
That's like,
yeah.
That's
I
don't have
that's the way to
words.
describe that.
I don't have words. I think that's huge for TNA, especially for the X division, because we need.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I feel like it is.
He was waiting on. He's been waiting as a free agent. This man's been a free agent for like fucking 2 years now.
So, but that's your reasoning for it not being huge for TNA because he was waiting to be signed?
Because he could have been signed at any point. Like they could have done it a minute ago. I think this is one of those.
I mean,
we just needed somebody here.
It would be more of his choice to sign, not TNA trying to sign him.
Oh,
like if he wanted to immediately,
like 3 to 6 months, you're waiting for somebody.
If he wanted to immediately be released from WWE and then go sign with the company, that's his prerogative. He was the one that waited.
So you're excited for Fabian Eichner?
We need more people in the X division. Absolutely.
He doesn't scream X division, even though to me he screams mid card.
Isn't the X division a mid card title though?
So you're happy the way everything ended. I'm not saying even that. I liked if you would have just left it at the title change and left it there, and then you kick off next week of that. Felt like that should have been part of a taping that we saw.
Didn't we talk about surprises though? Literally, just because you don't like the surprise doesn't mean that it's not a good surprise.
I'm asking you to understand. We're learning. We're all learning together out here.
I just don't understand the logic of he could have signed immediately after he was released. He could have, but that was his choice to not be around.
Yeah, but if a guy is a free agent for all of the 2024 season or 2025 season, and then you sign him on the 2026 season, is that a big free agent signing when you could have had him all last season?
I never said it was a big free agent signing. I just said that's huge for TNA because we need more people in the X. I don't understand your logic. I'm sorry. Like usually I can climb the hill with you, at least go part ways, but I can't go part ways. Like I'm still at the bottom. I'm gonna just be honest.
No, you're well. Trust me, MDB. You and MDB have come together out here. Nick's opinion been asked for the last 30 minutes.
And when me and MDB agree, then there's something right in the world. I guess.
This is why it's fucking 50 degrees in the middle of the goddamn May out here. I got Memorial Weekend. I gotta turn my heat on to go to work. This signing is huge for TNA. All right. This is a guy they can grow into something bigger. He has skill and the right look. For TNA, this is big. I'm going to politely say that fair enough into your argument earlier of do what you got. Of this is the salary cap you got. So this is a big move for TNA. Fine. Cool. No, let me finish. I'm going to finish and then you can finish. And I do think, though, I would have done this on the next taping, like on the next show. I don't think you end the show after such a big, huge moment like that with that. Respectfully, I'm not even going to get mad and talk about Eichner, Vinci, any of that, because I'm not going to bang on Italiano. But you should have left it with the moment of Cedric beat Leon and ended the longest reign as X Division champion. You should have ended and left it on that moment And you, whatever you wanted to do afterwards, do it next show.
But wouldn't you want? Okay, first thing before I get to the ending of, it maybe should have been on the recorded episode. I'm going to use technically your words against you for a tad bit. You said the same thing about AJ Francis when he showed up in TNA about how this is not good for TNA. And now we see where AJ Francis is. You said the same thing about Ash by Elegance when she showed up. And look at where Ash by Elegance is now. You have now said the same thing for the third time for Fabian. And you have you not learned from the previous two?
Listen, everybody's got 3 strikes, all right? So I'm going to fucking swing for the fences here. And I don't even think that they were full. So, well, no. You know what? I'm going to let you have that as we're 11:06. Everybody let us know how you feel about TNA. Trust me, we could go for another hour on all of this because I love this whole conversation. If we want to keep going, but I do want to see, should they have just left it on Cedric beats Leon? To me, that's one of those. I don't even, if we can argue the other point to death, it's, to me, you leave it on the highest point of, that's like you got off a roller coaster and you did right before you land. Like you kind of did
I mean, okay, I'll say this. I get your point a little bit with maybe saving it for the next episode. But then again, and if I ask this question, I know your answer because you don't feel like he's big enough for TNA.
Yeah.
But if you do this,
no, I didn't say that. I didn't say he wasn't big enough for TNA. I said he wasn't big enough for that moment.
Okay, I'll give you that. But if you do this on the recorded episode and risk it being leaked, then you ruin the moment.
I mean, touche, but would that almost draw more people than are we, going to draw more people too
over
this moment?
This would draw more people too. So both ways would be, if it's leaked, it'll draw people to the next episode. But if you do it on the live episode and it gets on social media, then people will come and watch the next episode. So both ways are legit.
I don't know if this is going to go the way you think it's going to go on social media.
But you just said if it was leaked, you would get people to tune in. I'm agreeing with your point, but then you're saying I don't think it's going to go.
Would it even actually have been leaked? Because when's the last time we got any sort of actual TNA leaks? They've been taping episodes for the past 3 months. The only source we've had on any of this is Bradley, and that's because he was at the shows.
I don't know. I'm just saying with that point, I agree with you, but then also like either way, I think it would bring fans in.
concede, Nick. Yeah, just give it up. The ref needs to stop this, but stop. He's already dead. Herb Dean stepping in, I guess. So Nick thinks it's wrong timing to debut Vinci Guy. Yes, because basically he's not really a forgotten wrestler, I think. My issue with it, ultimately, is not even with Gio being in TNA. My issue is leave it on the high point. Leave it on Cedric Stop Leon of breaking the record of all of that. Sell me on the ending of that fantastic match. You were here. You were at the crescendo. And then you just decided to do a little hiccup at the end. When, honestly, being honest, I don't give a fuck if it got leaked at this point. Because I don't think it would have shifted one way or the other even. Honestly, you may have actually gotten some people interested because, oh, hey, I wonder what they're going to do with them if it was for the next episode. Because think about it, we're still going to get the whole Wicked Garden match taped of, is that going to get leaked? Should we have not had that here as I'm knocking my microphone because it might get leaked? Leave on the crescendo, leave on the high note, save the next shit for the next episode. Da 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 da.
Do you notice that you're the only one that's saying that it wasn't a high note though? Like that's
fine. I mean, I'll write it down. Da 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 da.
Okay, you can be on the island of irrelevancy by yourself then.
You've been here for how many years now at this point?
On the island of irrelevancy by yourself then, because I can't do
Call me Gilligan, bitch. I'll play Castaway. Call me Tom Hanks. Nick has been killed and buried 3 times in the past 45 minutes. Well, I'm a goddamn zombie then, because you can't put me away. Jose, I'm fucking floored. Nick, I tell you, lying. Now you're just trying to call me. I'm not related to that woman. I know what you're trying to do, but yeah. And you and MDB agreeing now is what's kind of terrifying.
When me and MDB agreed, then that means
there's something right. Then you get Canelo out here. Who was the guy at the end? They tried to hype him up like he's a star.
You got your one person.
Yeah. Everybody bang your hands together. Bang your hands together. But no, like I said, this was the guy who was in the free agent class last year. And like this guy wouldn't get picked up in a supplemental draft. So I'm not saying it's an issue that TNA signed him. I don't want to end the show like that's Adam Cole showing up. That's not Daniel Bryan showing up. That is Giovanni Vici. So you save that for a fucking next Thursday.
Hey, you do you. I think it was fine.
How are you feeling though? Beyond everything else, what is your rating? Not just you, but everybody else. What is your rating for tonight out of 10?
Out of 10, I'm at a 7.5, 8.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, 7.5, 8. Best live episode. Best live episode out of the bunch of live episodes that they have had. Absolutely number one live episode.
This is gonna blow everyone's mind because I'm actually like at an 8.5. I think it's a really we said it and you just nailed it right there. We've been here for every live episode. We've been here for every episode of the AMC era.
Yeah.
That I think this has been far and away, and you just said it, this has been their best live episode. And I can't really detract just because I didn't like the last 10 to 15 to 30 seconds of it. Doesn't mean the whole rest of the show gets thrown out. That whole rest of the show was fantastic.
Yeah, I can definitely go. I think I said 7.58. I can definitely go 8. 8. It was really good tonight.
Jose, Nick trolling. Why? Because I gave it a good score? No, y'all just expect me to be gangbanging and be as mad as you think I am. No, I'm a deep, sensitive soul. You just don't understand me, Dad. No, I thought tonight was like the main event was fantastic. The battle royal was interesting. I'm surprised that kicked it off. The street fight was fucking almost kind of stole the show outside of the main event. So
yeah. And then the women's tag team match was good. I just wanted it to be a tad bit longer, but you had to put time in that 2 out of 3 falls match. So you could have made that Rosemary match a tad bit longer if you didn't have that moment with the Elegance brand and whoever that guy was standing, at ringside. I don't know who he was. Right. So,
Keith Jardine, yeah, that whole thing. But 8.5, 8. We are bringing back house shows out of 10. WWE bringing back house shows for the summer tours.
Yeah, I saw that.
Damien with an 8.5. I don't know if I missed any ratings, but yeah, folks, let us know if Nick, you definitely be banging out here. McCullen, Testa B, Nikita Lyons. You had me in the first half of that sentence. I don't know about the second half. Did I miss something there? Like, am I missing a typo or something?
I don't know. I'm a little confused, just like you.
Fair enough. Nick, I feel like you are mad because TNA didn't bring up Cross at the end. No, they could still be leading into things, leaning in. Clearly now with Giovanni showing up out here of we're TNA is making moves. Again, we just had new releases from WWE. I didn't know that they'd pull someone from the 2025 class when the 2026 class just dropped.
Okay, sir. Okay.
They pulled a vintage. They pulled a vintage. They instead of a mini, they pulled a vintage. But I think we might be pulling more things than vintages out here. Unless you got anything else to say, sure.
No, I don't. I'm good. I don't have anything else to say.
Are you sure? Are you sure? I feel
Oh
like
yeah,
you might
I'm
want to
sure.
fight me when
I'm
we get
positive.
off stream out here. Don't walk to your car alone, sir. You might get
No, I'm good. I'm positive. I don't have anything else to say. Tonight was a great stream and great episode of TNA.
Best live. We've
best
had a
live
lot of
episode.
bests lately. When everyone likes to say that wrestling's failing and falling, we've had a lot of best ofs recently.
Absolutely.
Speaking of the best of channel out there doing it when it comes to wrestling. We'll be back at it like a jackrabbit tomorrow for Friday Night SmackDown of what's next, as we are a week away from Saturday night's main event, to where I assume we're going to probably get Cody versus Gunther, or world title on the line. So be a friend, tell a friend, and yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. So be back here for SmackDown. I don't know if you guys are sticking around. Is the Ronda fight tomorrow?
No, the Ronda fight. So the Ronda fight is Saturday on Netflix.
Okay.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Okay.
They have the prelims on MVP Boxing YouTube, I think, is where the prelims are. Hashtag again not sponsored. And then 9:00 is the main card on Netflix.
Okay. So yeah, we'll be here for SmackDown, and then it all starts again Monday with Raw and NXT. I think we got some pay-per-views coming up next weekend with, what is it, Double or Nothing, I think, is next weekend. So yeah.
I think we're starting to see a course correct from the perceived backlash, pun intended, of WrestleMania. So I'm really interested to see where WWE is going in response to a lot of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we're gonna reach you out of here. Our shit is real, our shit is raw, our shit is authentic. When you're talking about that wrestling, you put that full life with it.
See you tomorrow for SmackDown.